everyone, it's Molly. Welcome back to another video. Today I am going to be doing my March wrap up and April TBR. I've been really looking forward to doing this because I just love talking about books. But I am going to jump straight into it so that it's not as long as my last reading vlog, which was like 20 minutes, because who wants to sit and watch me talk for 20 minutes? So the first book that I read at the beginning of March was Nevermore, The Trials of Morrigan Crow. Now I did give this book a 5-star rating, but for the purposes of this video I'm going to give it 4.5. I'll give you like a rough talk about what it's about. So it's about a girl called Morrigan who was born on Nevermore, which is the unluckiest day of the year. And all the children who are born on Nevermore are destined to die on their 11th birthday. But just before she turns 11, a mysterious person comes and whisks her away to, where does she go? She's taken to this other place to join a certain society, but in order to join the society, she has to pass a certain amount of trials and like games against other contestants. Sounds confusing, it's really good. It's magical, it's really good, like, it is definitely like I'd say a child's book, but I just fancied a fun, light, magical read to get me out of like a reading slump. Yeah, the magic in it's really kind of far-fetched. You know, it's like the flying with umbrellas, like Mary Poppins kind of magic, but it's so nice to just read. It was really easy to read. However, the reason I've not given it 5 stars is because there were certain times where the description made it difficult to picture what was being spoken about. So like there was this certain like transport vehicle that they got in, and the way it was described I couldn't picture what it actually looked like, and so that's the reason I've marked it down. And as well, there were certain things, because it's a completely new world, there were certain times where I felt personally like an object had been spoken about and then not explained what it was, and because it was from this completely new world you kind of need to know what each object is. But apart from that, it was really good. I read it really quickly and it's a nice, magical, fun read. After that, the next book that I read was the third Percy Jackson book, Percy Jackson and the Titan's Curse. I love the Percy Jackson series so much, and I am so late to reading it. Like, this is my first time reading them all. And it's so good. Like, it's never interested me before in my life. And then I don't know what made me want to read it. I think it was watching Connie Bell's 24-hour readathon, because she read one of the Percy Jackson books, and I just thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a go. And I never thought I'd be that into like Greek mythology, and I'm like really obsessed with it. It's so good. I think the whole premise of like the story's good, the characters are good, Percy and Annabeth are like amazing, and it's just, they're so fun. They're really quick to get through because it's just constant like adventure and like action, and so they're great. This is 5 stars. All the Percy Jackson books to me are 5 stars, well, so far from reading this. Yeah, I definitely, sorry, got like possessed for a second. I definitely recommend reading this if you are into like action, adventure, magic, mystery, mythology kind of stuff. Yeah. Next, I carried on with the Harry Potter series and read Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Obviously gave it 5 stars, it's Harry Potter. I think Goblet of Fire is actually my favourite book. I think the way it's like written is amazing. It never used to be my favourite film or anything, but now I really enjoy reading it and watching it, and I like all the the new characters in it. I love the story of the Triwizard Tournament. I love Cedric Diggory. I just think the Goblet of Fire is really fun. It's, you know what it's about. It's about Harry Potter when he's at Hogwarts with the Triwizard Tournament comes, and he takes part in like a game against 3 other contestants, and it's like, who's gonna win? Really, really good. Again, magical. I think, yeah, pretty much every single book I've read this month is magical, so that just says something about how much I love magic. So yeah, definitely go read it if you haven't, which you should have done. But if you haven't, go read it. I then carried on with the Percy Jackson series again. I read the 4th one, Battle of the Labyrinth. This one kind of confused me a tiny bit at times, but still got back on track, still loved it, gave it 5 stars. I really, really love the Percy Jackson series so much. It's such a good series. I didn't really explain what the last one was about, but basically Percy Jackson is a half-god, like / demigod, where his mum is human and his dad is Poseidon, the god of the sea. He goes to this camp Half-Blood, where he meets these 2 people. This is like in the first book, called Annabeth and Grover. They become friends, and every like year, which is each book, he goes on a mission or a quest to find something, to get something or whatever, to solve something. Yeah, every book's like just their adventure to go and do something. Each book does tie together though, because the Titan Kronos, I don't know, Percy's granddad, is trying to come back from the place where all the Titans went. I don't know the name. Tyrannus, I don't know. And there was a prophecy about one of the gods getting to their 16th birthday and either being the fall of the gods or the like victory of the gods. Rumour has it Percy Jackson is that child. But yeah, it's really fun. This one was to go and find, oh, I forget all the names because they're so like Greek. Dionysus, the maker of the labyrinth with like the Minotaur. They go find him. Read it. And the last book that I managed to read in March, I know there's only 5, which I think that's pretty good, especially to say I read Order of the Phoenix. If you haven't already watched my 24-hour readathon where I read this book in one day, go watch it. I will put a link to it below. It was my last video. Every time I look at it, it makes me so happy and proud of myself that I managed to read that. Like, ooh, all that. I was so scared to read it because it's so big, and I did it in one day. What? Again, Harry Potter, amazing, 5 stars, love it. Order of the Phoenix, well, Goblet of Fire is where it starts to get like darker, like when Voldemort comes back. Sorry, spoilers. But Order of the Phoenix is where it gets serious. Like there's armies against Voldemort. There's like deaths and like fighting and. I love it so much. That was so weird. If you haven't read Harry Potter, please go read it. Even if you don't like reading, they're so easy to read, even though they're like as big as my future. They're so magical and fun, and they give you so much more than the films. Like I went on a rant in my readathon vlog about how much the films miss out because it really winds me up. But books, amazing, 5 stars, go read them. Okay, so that is all I read in March, and now I'm going to quickly talk about my TBR for April. So I have already started reading Fangirl. This is a reread. I read this like just over 2 years ago, which it said on my Goodreads. Again, link my Goodreads account down below, go follow it. I remember really loving Fangirl. However, it's one of them books where I can't really remember a lot that happened, and so it's going to be good to reread because I don't know what's coming, but I know that it's good. So yeah, I won't really talk about too much about these books because they'll probably be in next month's wrap up. Hopefully if August to plan and I end up reading my TBR. But yeah, Fangirl, Rainbow Rowell, really good. The other book that I'm planning on reading is Eleanor Oliphant Is Completely Fine. I have had this book now for about 2 months. 2 months ago I said I was going to read it, and every single time that I finish another book I've said, right, I'll read this one next, and I keep putting it off, and I don't know why, because it sounds so good. My sister really wants me to read this one as well, don't ask me why. She's never read it, she doesn't read. It's essentially, I think about this girl who leads a really simple life. She has a job, she comes home, she goes back to bed, she goes to work. I don't know, she's like really simple, and then she meets someone, and I don't really know I've never read it, which is why I'm going to read it. Like, I'm determined to read this one next month if I don't read anything else. The next book that I'm planning on reading, I don't actually have because I haven't bought it yet, but I'm planning on going to buy it on Thursday, which is the 5th and final Percy Jackson book. It's called Percy Jackson and the Last Olympian. I am so excited to read the final book in the series, however I'm also really sad because it's so good. I think if I'm right though, there's another series by Rick Riordan called Heroes of Olympus. Here it is, Heroes of Olympus, and it says Percy Jackson is back. However, I've heard that he's not like the main character anymore, and it's like new kids or something. However, it's still that kind of world, and I'm still super excited to read it afterwards. But yeah, I'm going to read the final Percy Jackson book, I hope. Fingers crossed. And finally, I have Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Again, I have read this book before, but it's really good. I kind of want to remind myself what happens because there's certain things that haven't really like stuck. I know that I loved it. I gave this 5 stars last time I read it, as I did Fangirl, and I'm just super excited to give this a reread because after reading all the Harry Potter books, I'm really in like a Harry Potter mood. I bought all the DVDs again because God knows where mine went. And yeah, I'm just super excited to read Cursed Child again. And I really want to go and watch the play because it's meant to be so good. And it's Harry Potter on stage. What's better? I have only given myself 4 to read in April because, you know, if you go low you can exceed the expectation, but if I say I want to read 7 and I only read 5, I will be disappointed. Smart thinking. But also because this is like the month for the next 3 months, so April, May and June, where I have revision and exams. It's the GCSE time, and I will probably be spending a bit more time than I have been doing revising and doing the exams. And so whilst I'm not going to stop reading because reading is like my favourite thing, I may not get as much reading done. And so if I set the bar for 4 for April, we'll see how I go. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like me talking about the books that I've read and the books that I'm going to read, please let me know down in the comments. Sorry, I just got a notification. Please let me know down in the comments. Give this video a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos because I am really getting into this whole thing and I love doing videos about books. I said I wasn't going to do them all about books, and I'm trying not to, but every time I go to film a video I just want to talk about books. So yeah, thank you for watching. I will see you in my next video and have a nice week.